Good morning, Track fans! I'm here. I'm slightly behind schedule. Look at the right wrist of the watch. That sums it up, right? That sums it up. I'm late, so I look at the watch with no clock on it. That's why I'm late. I've been looking at the wrong arm. Ah, dear me. Dear me. Right, let's have a quick check here. Hang on. So Pete turned up on the nick of time. Office work. Can anyone hear a round of applause, everyone? Awesome. Right, take them off for a second. Firstly, in a circle of trust, I seem to have one of these fantastic UK Stock Car Festival event T-shirts here. It's in a large. I'm thinking it's cheap, but I'm not sure. So if you can let me know in the inner circle whose T-shirt this is, I will gladly decide whether to send it on or not, because I am a large, so this will actually fit me perfectly. Anyway, so a little bit of a difference to the set today. Got the mic in front of me, so hopefully I'm not too loud. I can turn myself down a bit. Just let me know if I get a bit. Well, actually, don't let me know if I get a bit unbearable, because that, to be honest with you, is why you turn up, right? To talk about some slot cars, to have a bit of banter in the chat. I looked at the chat last week, right? Well done, you guys, because it was motoring. It was literally motoring. Right, I'm just going to do something with my levels here so I can see I'm peaking. Check. Yeah, check. Check. Well, that's good to do it. Perfect. Otherwise, you guys are not going to have a great time while I'm into the microphone. There's no control, but I've just sorted it out. What was I saying? Who knows? Anyway, you are tuned in if you've just found this daily show. Podcast sessions with me, Pete Brown, every Sunday, 7:30 a.m. UK time. You can find it there. You can set your watch by it. So I've got a load of Australian pals who literally say, I've got to have the dinner done and dusted by or after this time. So they set their watch by it. And if I turn up 3 minutes late, there is bother, because the gravy starts to go lumpy at tea time on a Sunday. But anyway. Okay. Right. As the microphone sorted itself out, since I turned it down, it's enough. So we'll just get this right first. So it's going to be a pretty poor show on the mic side. I've got my sound engineer in the WhatsApp messenger chat here. He's going to tell me how it sounds. How's it sounding now, right? Right, anyway. Oh, YouTube's gone down at Keith then. That's because I've just started broadcasting, that's why. So we'll just give a... No, look, red light, front. See? So, I don't know. Right, okay. We'll go old school, eh? Let's do this. Bear with me a second. Right then. Right. So, there you go. Currently, oh, yeah, I know it's silent. Dave, right. How does this sound, everybody? This should sound a lot better. Reason being, is because I had the microphone set to my headphones. So, unless you can hear me talking in my headphones, you ain't going to hear much. So, is that any better at all?
so I'll wait for another comment before I crack on. I'm just going to keep talking to myself until I get something to tell me if it sounds okay or not. Sorry about this, everyone. We'll get some momentum going in a minute. Sounds distant. Right. Okay. Let's get rid of the fan here. Let's get back to the laptop. Just not press anything. Check 1, 2. Right, we're on the laptop microphone now. Going back to basics. I think this will be better now, guys. So there you go. Right, here we go. And am I back in the room? Yes, I take that yes as I'm back in the room. Right, what have you missed? Nothing. Ironically, I just don't know. With the thing is, right, with these fandanky things here, it gives you a few options to choose from, and obviously I pick a new one every time, and end up picking the wrong one. But there you go. By the by, right. Let's get back to it. Sunday Stockcast sessions. I'm back in the room. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Yeah. So we had a few things going on already in the show. Sorry about that. You know, live TV and stuff. It'll be all right on the night, they said. It'll be fun, they said. Go live streaming, they said. You'll have a ball, they said. Now, I'm going to kill that friend that said it was good to live stream. Brilliant. Anyway, right. Sound. Good. Oh, the fingers, you are up late, my friend. Good morning. Good morning, everyone. We're going to catch up with the chat a bit later and get through the opening gambit. And we are going to start the chat from the time the show starts. That's where I went wrong. I forgot what I was doing the last couple of weeks and just started reading the chat from, I don't know, whenever the thumbnail went out. Perfect. So we're going to start from like 7:30. Well, we're going to start from after I've seen Slotars yes in the chat. Talking about yes. Did you see the birthday present DNA Slotcast sent Dave at Slotar? Wow, lovely gift. And Dave, if you touch that green livery, I don't think we can be friends anymore. But no, whatever you decide to do, it's going to be epic. But just, you know, it's a tall order, mate, because you're touching something that's already pretty good. You know, well, most slot cars are pretty good, or they wouldn't sell, would they? So there you go. What else has happened? I had a nice experience this week, so we're going to talk about it a bit later in other news as well. But just to bring it out at the top of the tree, I was having chats with Steve at Stuff's Slot Cars. Remember the all important question at the show, which was, I'll just get the slot car in question. So it was, what wheel? With the body on half decent. What wheels do we need to go for this? Did we go for purple or pink? And the overriding consensus was purple. So guess what's happening on Wired on Wednesdays this Wednesday? Exactly. That is, Wired on Wednesday is the members stream once a week, every Wednesday from from 8:30 UK time. And we build stuff, whether it's cars, whether it's scenery, whether it's whatever we decide to do, but we do it. So we have little projects. The whole concept of Wired on Wednesdays is so that we all as a group can carve out 1 hour, at least 1 hour a week, in the evening, so we can do our hobby off the radar. So we tell the missus, look, I'm subscribed to this channel and we do this thing for an hour every week. And because there's value to it, guess what? You get left alone. It's amazing. It's like one of these eighth wonders of the world. Yeah, I'm paying 3-5 quid for this. Oh, you go, honey. Don't want to waste your money. Brilliant. If I'd known this years ago, I would have been subscribing to everything. But you can, so what we'll do is we're going to be doing that on Wednesday, changing the wheels on that bad boy, selecting the right tyres for it as well, because that's like the dark arts. We're going to carry on with the GT3 Maserati build. and I'm going to show you guys on Wednesday where I'm up to with the commission that I'm doing for Stuart and Chris. If you're watching, morning Stuart, track fan. We are well under the way with your BMW, well under the way indeed. So that's all exciting and promising. And I got ripped off on eBay. Fleabay, who would have thought it? Right, I'm going to teach you about this. And next week, I'm going to shame the pillock who did it. What a knob. Sorry to swear so heavily in the morning. But I got done like a kipper, and I'm going to share my misfortune with you guys. I've not left him a 1-star feedback yet. I'm just waiting till my anger calms down before I write what I'm going to say. But all it's going to say, something along the lines of misleading title, charlatan in the act, do not use, avoid like the bubonic plague. Because what he did was he showed a picture of 4 boxes like this with 4 HO cars in them and titles it 4 AFX Tyco car, blah, blah, blah. So you're like, oh yeah, steal 4 cars. What? I'll buy that. Boosh. And anyway, what turned up was empty boxes with some little bit of flaky plastic in it. And do you know what he said? I told you because I said to him, I think you've messed up. You're supposed to send me 4 cars, not these empty boxes. Do you know what he said? Oh, yeah, it was the full description. The full information was in the description. If you didn't read that, I'm so sorry. We don't accept returns. Bullshit. You are going down on your comments, mate. You have just picked a fight with the wrong bear, man. Anyway, so I'm going to go to work on him later and dismantle his eBay shop. Unbelievable. All he had to have done was be a bit more genuous rather than disingenuous. Big words for this time of Sunday morning. Woo! But there you go. So what I'm going to do is the whole community around the world will know what this guy's name is before the end of the weekend, so that you guys don't fall for this pillock's activities. So yeah, hopefully we can grind his scam to a halt. Fortunately though, no, it wasn't Dave. It was a little plastic container, unfortunately. Probably about, I don't know, 2,000 times less expensive than a real container. But no, unbelievably salty. So yeah, that being said, I could have well imagined how that chap who did get fiddled with a container felt. Unbelievably poor behaviour. So yeah, so we will all know what this knuckle dragger's name is by the end of the weekend. You know, I'm being really controlled here because anyone who knows me outside of this show knows that I have a real potty mouth. So I've been really disciplined here not to say what I really think, but you all know what I'm saying inside. So there you go. Anyway, I will bring to your attention across all platforms what this bozo's name is. Do not buy from him. What a charlatan. There you go. What we got here? Hoska. There, let's start with that. Don't ever buy anything with that word on it. It says made in the UK. It's bullshit. Do you know what? Sorry to swear, kids. Sorry to swear, guys. You know what it is? And I've got about 10,000 of these. It's business card holders with a stupid little bit of polystyrene, whatever it is in there. So yeah, there you go. So if anyone wants some of those business carders turned into HO holders, new line available from the Track Fans merch store any minute soon. So sorry about that mini rant. But then at the same time as I got ripped off by this con artist, see, I'm not afraid to share when I got ripped off because I don't want anyone else to get that same experience on Fleabay. Now you understand why I don't use it. Anyway, at the same time, Steve Staffs had rescued the day by sending me what I'd said, gonna go for the purple wheels. So he sent me purple and he sent me the pink. Unbelievable. Thanks, Steve. I'm like, wow, what a score. So then I said, oh, I'll tell you what, while we're saving the postage, I've got my RS200 here. I'm thinking of pimping this up. I'm thinking a nice set of white 6 spokes or silver kind of wheels might be nice on that. So I said, I'll take your lead on it. I'm thinking white, but I don't know. You've seen more wheels than me. So these are the white ones that I were considering. So he sent me those. So I think they would look quite good on that, on the Escort, on RS. Is that kind of Cosworthy kind of feel. So the Legend, he's like, well, you know, you might want to try the silver ones on it. So I will do a poll. I'll dress this RS200 up in both sets of wheels, and then in the week I'll stick it out on the community tab, and you can tell me, the viewers, which one you think I should go for. In fact, I like it that much, I'm going to put it right here. There it is. Move aside 962. So thank you very much, Steve. But it didn't stop there. It didn't. I'd actually said I wanted to buy a 0.9 screwdriver, 0.9 grub screwdriver, because I wanted my one's getting a bit sort of old, so I'm worried that it'll start to round. So I wanted one of them, and I mentioned that I'll probably buy an NSR one. In comes a thicker grub screws, nice one. And then because he thought he didn't want them to be lonely, he decided to furnish me with some more screwdrivers. So, Stephen, thank you very much. You are an absolute godsend. I will make a donation to your charity. And let's not forget the tuning plates. You know what I'm like? I tried to give them some money, but they turned up here out of the blue. So, humbly, thank you very much, Steve. It's very kind. You know, these are going to get used literally as of 1 hour and 35 minutes, I reckon. But no, brilliant. Yeah, as Dick says here, that's a ripping haul. You're totally right. Unexpected. And you know I'm bad with things like this. But anyway, thank you very much, Steve. I really appreciate it. I'm going to share all of the progress with these as I go along. So that is it. Dick is, I think he's just fit the spanners. No, I'm not angry. I was angry about this bozo selling me a business card for loads of money. Business card box for loads of money when I've got a ton of them upstairs from being in business for 20 years, Pat. And I always keep those little plastic boxes because I think they'd be good for something one day. Like selling HO card containers. So here, Rob Sale, guess what you're getting? You're going to get a load of prototype HO car holders. And yeah. So yeah, I'm going to... yeah, I'm all right, actually. I feel better now that I've talked about it with you guys. I feel much better. This talking business, getting it off your chest, is fantastic. Anyway, right. So I'm going to rattle through some names in the chat. I'm going to spend not long on it at all because I want to get onto the show. We've got a good show. We've got some nice tracks to talk about today. And actually, I just want to check something out as well. One of my features for the show, talk about live TV. Set it up last night and it's actually cancelled already. Yeah, it's still not working down there. Okay, right, so let's have a go. So I've seen a few people in. I've seen Rob, I've seen Daz, I've seen Tara. Get a happy birthday for the week, Tara, well done. Dick's in, Paul's in, Pat's in, Dave Slotar is in. He's just about recovered from his festival last week. He had a mixed bag down there, and there's still some rock stars that have got 80s banter. So, you know, I've been thinking about that actually, Dave. I think, you know, I think you're right. You know, the more I think about it, I think you're right. I think you're right. I think I might have been too quick out of the blocks with my reply, having thought about it. I think, yeah, there's a time and a place for inappropriateness, and you should have read the room, lead singer of the rock band. So yeah, Bo Momo is in. Good morning, Bo. Good Morgan, or good Abend even nearly. And Swift's Robert's here. Good morning, Rob. He must be on a project. Rob's got a commission on everyone. He's off to the Abergavenny Slot Rally. Is that on today? I thought that was on yesterday. Man, I must have had my days mixed up, because that's what Mark Staff Slot Cars was saying, that he's off to Wales to race the rally today. So, and he said Saturday. So, because I've got no flyer on that event, that's probably today. So sorry, guys. It's Steve at Staff Slot Cars UK's fault. There, done it. Mark's in. Good morning, Mark. Hey, Oida! Oida boy is here. And that's Nico, for you guys that know. Mark Slot Journal is here, holding his eyes open with matchsticks like this at like stupid o'clock in the morning. But come on, as we get older, we get more nocturnal. Ask Steve King. He is an all-night guy. Amazing. And Steve went Rockingham Slot Car Club. So he come down with me. Well, he met me there last week, because it's his first session and wants to try it out. He had a good time. He had the loaner kit. So he had the Club's NSR Porsche 911, which ain't that great. Wheels coming off it and all sorts of stuff. The square wheels coming off it. And this week, or last Friday night, I believe he took down his own car and he bought some stuff for it in a week. They give it a light tune, some weight, some tires, just get it on the track. And he did well. He didn't come last. I'm so proud of him. I'm so proud that I wasn't there to actually come last. Whew, it's a bit close one. So Steve, I think, might have the taste for it, and he's got the bug. I think that's the key. If you don't come last in your first couple of goes, which is impressively difficult to do in Rockingham, because everyone there is of a high standard, you get it. You get the bug. I think when I went to Oxford last year and I won a couple of races, that was it. It was like turbo accelerated my enthusiasm for slot cars. Absolutely. So some more people in the chat. 3D Rooms, well done. Hey, Albert. Albert is in the house. Good morning, Albert. And Wilf, of course. It was Wilf's birthday yesterday, everyone. Wilf was 5. He's made it to 5. Love it. And we got here, this Oida business is spreading out now to the across the globe. So we've got the Aussie boys. Oida! He's on it now as well. So good morning, Albert. How you doing, buddy? We might have Mum and Rich turn up soon. I don't know. They might have already been here and I've missed them. Harry is there, of course. Roger's in here as well, Mad Dad. Well done. Okay, good. We are on it. We've got 34 people in the stream watching this. Good morning, everyone. Thank you ever so much for arriving and staying. And if you're sticking around, stretch your arm and hit the like button for me. That would be superb. Just helps us flood the market, flood the audience with some slot car mayhem. Brilliant. So, good. Right. Let's onwards and upwards. Hello, we have ourselves a show. So I'm just modelling off on the thumbnail here, the surprise gift that Tara painted for me, which is the track lady, St. George's clad track lady. And there you go. So thank you very much for that. And also check me out. I've only managed to figure out how to get different fonts, like the styles of writing, into my computer, so I can use like more race style fonts like this. Check out the writing. It looks much more racy. Starting to look like my logo again. Like my logo now. Awesome. This is so Rob's just said hello. Now I know that Rob doesn't normally get up, so he's one of two things. He's already said that he's on his way to the rally, but he's got about 900 million projects on at the moment that he's desperately trying to get done. So there you have it. Anyway, right, let's crack on. So at the top of the tree, time for a shout out for the young track fans. Yes, it is young track fan time. So hold on. Make sure I get this right. Okay. Right. Yeah, it is right. Yeah. Sorry, I'm just making sure I get this right. Okay. Let's get the spill hazard out of the way. Right then, from the top of the tree, who's in the chat with us today? It's Albert. Albert, good morning. How you doing, mate? Are you all calmed down yesterday? From Wilf's birthday. Wilf is here. Good morning, Wilf. Good morning, Lewis. Good morning, Eleanor and Liam. Liam, I'm over in Canada. Good morning, Rube. How you doing? My co-host extraordinaire. Got something special lined up for you soon. Just keep your eyes out. Isabella, good morning. Good morning, Rowan. It was your old man's birthday last week, and you did well. You got him a nice Legends Pioneer kit, white kit to build, which we are all ecstatic about seeing him once again throw the kitchen sink at a Pioneer's Legend so that he can have his 2 race spec cars. That is going to be awesome to watch. So well done, Rowan. Good lad. I know you have no idea what I'm saying, but you know, maybe later in life when you watch this back to see where your dad was at, you'll see how widespread he was. Great guy. So good morning, Lewis. Good morning, Elisa. I've forgotten already. Sorry. Good morning, Sasha. DNA from over. What a present you sent to Dave at Slotar. What a present. That was great find. Well done. Sasha, that's Elliot and Mia. Mia was at the beach yesterday with her dad, Rahul. Had a great time, apparently. Well done. I'd love to go to the beach. We're miles away from it here in the Midlands. Good morning, Jacob. Oh, and Jacob. Good morning. And good morning, Lewis from Northamptonshire, from Thrapston. Lewis, guess what turned up? Here you go, matey. Here is your t-shirt that you ordered. Well done, my mate. That is going to look super cool on you. So that was Lewis from Thrapston. Decided to take the plunge at the UK Slot Festival and purchase some merch from us. And he is going to take delivery of that in the next few days. So well done. Your merch is here. It's on its way to you. Great choice. I love the colour as well. That is really good. A bit of a merch we'll talk about. Let me just write that down. We're going to do just having a change of colour in the merch store. Merch colour. And I'll tell you what it's about in a minute. Just so that you don't come a cropper in the transition. So very important. I'll sort you out anyway if the mistake was happened. Don't worry about that. So good morning, Leo. Good morning, Cameron. Good morning, Charlotte. Good morning, Mason. Wow, we are reading them out today, young track fans. Good morning, Jacob. Good morning, Leighton. Good morning, George. And good morning, Olivia. And I've made a mistake. So that Jacob with the NN in the brackets should actually be Lewis. Sorry, Lewis. But which is why I called you out when we got to there. There you go. So all the track fans all around the world, good morning to you all. Keep it in the slot. Get some racing down. And if you're not into the racing side of it, doesn't matter. You can do some scenery. Like me, Albert, and Wilf were doing some amazing scenery scenes the other day. We got all the figures out. We were doing things around a doghouse. We had a little bridge caravan scene going on. Wilbert was doing his lineup around the hairpin. That was pretty cool. They're all still in position. I love them. I'm going to have some races later and just cruise past them. I mean, I like Sunday afternoons because, like, what happens is I get a bit of time for slot car racing, as do many people in the chat here, but also Mac, one of our members, the slot car, Dustin slot car collector, he obviously gets his bi-weekly pass. So we start to see all the cars that he starts to use pop up on Instagram, follow him on Instagram, or we get them reposted in the Inner Circle of Trust members WhatsApp group. So we start to get all this slot car action from about 3 o'clock onwards, and that's the call. When you start, your phone starts going ping, 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 lighting up like a Christmas tree, then you know Mac's on, which means it's the sign to go down the garage, the attic, the shed, the wherever you've got your stuff, and have a little cabbie for an hour or 3 or 5 or 7 until you're finished or satisfied that you've had a good innings of slot cars. Oh, morning, Shane. How you doing? I missed you. And Daz is here too. So, right. Next. Yes. So we had some shenanigans. Oh, finally, we are getting back to some routine, everyone. We got routine going on. Because the UK Slot Car Festival kind of did create a proper disruption in the schedules, the routines of everyone, not just me, everyone. I think the only people that were actually on time and regular were the news providers, that Slot Car News and Slot Car News, because they didn't go to the UK Slot Car Festival. They held back in the wings and hawked our social medias, and we sent them stuff anyway, and they could get out quicker than we could because we were occupied by being at the festival. So now we're back. We're almost a month on from the show, 3 weeks at least. We can get routine. So every bi-weekly, every other Thursday, we had it last Thursday, so you can check back on my channel, see that if you want to see it. We are definitely rusty again. So Rahul and I, we're just getting, so you know, we're only human. We are only human, and we are getting back into the swing of how the show runs, the format, and everything like that. So we'll be back on fire properly in 2 weeks. So that was okay. It was a good show, and we were talking about different tracks. I loved it because, you know, I'm Track Fans TV. The clue's in the title, baby. And we just sort of were running through the different options, differences between the 4 main tracks that you can buy domestically, let's say. And we summed up what we thought about each of them, and you know, and we went through the rest of the show. We come to the traffic lights, which is always a bit of controversy. If someone's just done some clanger in the week, we're going to pick up on it. We're going to talk about it because it's called the elephant in the room. And you know, we've learned a lot in the last 10 to 15, maybe pushing 20 years, that sometimes a problem shared is a problem halved or something. I don't know what the terminology is, but I did see a great thing on Faceache in the week, which was about where a lot of sayings come from. So there's a saying, excuse me for the language at this time of the morning, but if you say to someone you're piss poor, there's actually a meaning for that. I'm not going to talk about it because it's breakfast show. And but anyway, tune into Slot Car Sessions. Sorry, wrong show. So many shows. Slot Car Shenanigans on last Thursday to find out what that means. It's a bit of a later show, so there might be a little bit of language. There might be a little bit of adult content in there. So just be precautious. The kids, if you're flipping over to that, might worth just screening it with your adults, just see if you can watch it first. Don't want to go get taken out. Angry parents in my email going, why are you telling them to watch that? I'm not. I'm just saying it's another avenue for Slot Car Media. It's a different type of content. So go and watch it. So we talk about the 4 brands. It's good. And you can watch me and Rahul properly, loosely trying to run a show and getting ourselves back into some kind of swing. It was so funny. Oh, man. Yeah, that's a great question, Bo. Did you sell the Voodoo track? Shenanigans show. Don't say too much. I've said too much. Don't say too much. Don't talk to Rahul then, because he did that on the show already. He did an Alan from The Hangover. You know, in The Hangover 2, where they're trying to find Stuart, and he comes out of wherever, and he's like, you know, the marshmallow was for Stuart. And he's like, what? And he goes, oh, I've said too much. And they're like, you can't say that without saying everything. Same difference. Genius show. Yes, it is Daz. Daz actually knows the reference of being poor. It really is. How do you know that? You must have read my post. Fantastic. Anyway. All right, apparently there's some Chewits on the line for a little bit of a quiz that Magnetic Racing are running at the moment with us, the Inner Circle of Trust. And we can't find out what it is until they post something later, and then we'll know, or until they get through their NDA agreements tomorrow when they expire. But they've said, will anyone guess what they're racing while they're working this weekend? And we've literally thrown in everything. From skateboards to shopping trolleys to mobility scooters to wheelbarrows we haven't worked out. So in the chat, here's a quick question for you. A little bit of fun while Dougie Boy is here watching the show live from the trackside. And probably Ian's hungover or cooking the breakfast while Doug's entertaining us on their behalf. What are they racing on their track? What vehicles have they designed and concocted for Silverstone? Yeah, so come on. Let's see if you've got any better idea than the 10, 15 of us in the WhatsApp group. And incidentally, if you're a new member and you've joined the channel recently and you want in on the WhatsApp group, please tell me somehow, whether it's in the comments, the chat on here, whether it's replying to an old post, an old video. That's what I mean to say. Just let us know in them comments. That'd be cool. And or just call me. You got my number. It's no secret. There you go. Right. Awesome. Okay, we've had official launch this week. Release dates for the UK slot car winter market. The winter market slot car styly. Brilliant. Get there. I'm going to be there. Everyone's going to be there. Well, maybe not some of the international guys. It's ultimately hang on. It's ultimately a bring and buy sale. Okay, so just bring in. So I lost my train of thought. It's ultimately a sale, so it's not going to be all the tracks and the attractions for families as such. It's going to be a hustle, a bear pit, a mosh pit of, you know, adrenaline fueled adults going at it for literally, the heat is on for an hour, then it is boiling for 2 hours, and then everyone stood around socializing, chatting, swapping notes on what they managed to find and buy and steal. I don't mean literally steal. I mean, you're buying stuff there at such good value, you feel like you're stealing. So that's what I mean there. If anyone gets caught stealing, you get taken out the back and dealt with. If you don't know what I mean, watch the film called Casino with Robert De Niro and Joe Pesci, and then you will understand what getting taken out the back means. You get a good look through the trader's toolbox, let's say, when you're out the back. I mean, that's pretty exciting, but obviously it's not going to be great. So no, I'm only joking. No one gets taken out the back at these events because Roger Barker is ex-police, so he won't have it. If he weren't there, it'd be like the Wild West. There'll be a lot of tanning going on, Daz. That's for sure. Yeah, cool. And I tell you what, right? Talking about tanning last week, I couldn't keep up with the comments, and I had to have a look in the analytics because I do this when I struggle. I think, is it me that can't keep up? Am I slipping? Am I not in tune? Or is there a reason for that? And there was a reason for that. 780 chat comments. Well done, guys. Guys love chatting. I love it. So yeah, what is Doug and Ian racing today? Oh, I love it, Albert. That's really good. You're not in the WhatsApp group, but you do need to know what's happening in there. Look, I'll tell you. Don't tell anyone else, right? I'll just come in for this. Hang on. Let me get close to the screen. Right. You ready? So just hang on. I'm going to distract everyone, Albert. I'm going to distract him. You ready? Hang on. This is the diversion. Everyone look over there. Quick, look over there. Albert, they're all talking about slot cars. Okay, nothing going on over there. So I had to try and distract everyone so they wouldn't see what we were talking about. Right, so winter slot market. Sorry if you're out of town, out of the country. Sorry about that. If you've got major ones going on at your end, I know Dave Kennedy on the Slot Car News does a great little section where he does a rotation of these flyers for events and things. I literally pick out maybe 3, 4, 5 to talk about through the course of the show in conversation. He actually makes a section for it. It's quite useful. So if you've got an event coming up that you do want plug-in, do let me know. So you had the guys, the big Belgium show, they'd sent over their flyers and stuff. I'm glad to give them a plug. So do, if you want some airtime, I'm quite happy to share the news with everyone, what you're doing. That would be good. No, it's in that one. All right. 10 till 4. The merch store will be there. Yes. Oh, hang on. Merch store, did I say? Excellent. So what I need to do is just tell Ian at Magnetic Racing. Ian, your merch is here as well. Check that out. Look, Ian's got himself some clobber, everyone. This is Ian's t-shirt. Eat, sleep, slot car. Actually, I love this design. Now I've seen it in person, I really like it. I think I might be getting one of these for myself. Because I cannot wait for Christmas, that's for sure. So, Ian, that will be... Oh, you're in Silverstone, aren't you? Excellent. You are literally 13 miles away from my house, which if I were you, I'd be worried about that. I could literally pop over. We all know where the hole in the back fence is. It's out near Paulsbury, which is a little village at the backside of... yeah, so it's spelled Paulsbury. So anyone who wants to go into Silverstone for free, whip yourself round to Paulsbury village. There's a couple of little holes in the fence there that Silverstone haven't caught up with. And you can literally go in there, skirmish around, and you're in. You are in. So that's pretty good. So I didn't say that really. But anyway, there you go. Talking of races, the old... the old GT3 championships are on the march again. So as you know, next Sunday, the 9th of June, it is at Rockingham Slot Car Club. Yes, Rockingham Slot Car Club. And I've got a car. I have got a car right here that I could be racing in that very... I'd have to change the wheels, obviously, to conform. But that is looking good. However, I have a situation, whereas I might be working next Sunday. I'm just waiting on Dougie Boy to let me know what he's saying. Doug, if you haven't heard from Blade by the end of sort of this afternoon, do let me know, because I'll give him a ring and fire a rocket up the proverbial to find out what's going on. Because if I'm not working next Sunday at the racetrack, then I will be going to the GT3 at Rockingham. It's about time we had a little video on that, isn't it? So, but that's what I'm going to be doing there. So, Doug, Ian, if you're watching, if you can, if you want me to give him a call and just carry on with your day, happy to do so. Teamwork makes dream work, remember? Awesome. Right. Ah, yes. Nice rack, says Dick. I think he's talking about this one next to me here. It comes into light. This is a rack by Slots and Spoils. I have an issue with space here, so he's just helped me get my cars, 9 of them, right there next to me on the desk in this size space. It's fabulous. Ah, cheers, Doug. Thanks, mate. Nice one. You're the man. Yeah, because if Doug, if you can't get through to him, I can. Because the guy who runs his merch store is my brother-in-law's best mate. So all I'll do is I'll phone up Abs and say, Abs, phone up Blade, tell him the merch store is on fire. What do you do? And I bet you he'll ring you back in 30 seconds flat. So we can get him on the phone pretty quickly, mate. Definitely. I do know that Janu, who's an avid watcher and a friend of the show and of mine, is going to be down at Rockingham, I believe, racing the crew. I know that the boys at Rockingham will be there sharking the track because it's got the memory muscle of the track. I will, if I'm not working at the racetrack, then I'll be down there too. If I am working at the racetrack, tragedy, absolute tragedy. And I'd love to bring the race to you live from Rockingham, but apparently there's no Wi-Fi in there. It's in a tin building, so there is no signal. Apparently you can get some 5G, was the words that I was told, but that's about as much good as tits on a fish for me when you've got 4G phone. Brilliant, well done. So we can't have a live stream from the venue. John Underwood and I have actually said that we would pay for Wi-Fi, our own Wi-Fi in the club. You know, we'll pay our own money, 20 quid a month, tenner each, to have Wi-Fi in there, so that we can attract a younger market. We can attract people that come and engage via their devices, but also we can attract a wider market by live streaming each night, or live streaming at every event, or live streaming the Raceway 1/24 scale on Tuesdays. By just having a lot more coverage from the event will attract a lot more curiosity into the hobby. We're working on it. We're trying. Don't know what the piece de la resistance is about us getting some Wi-Fi in there, but it is what it is. So what I'm thinking of doing is buying a new phone that has 5G in it. You know, we've got to work to our parameters. However, other things to get, who knows? Right. So yeah, if you want to race some GT3s, go on Slot Forum, find it in the forum somewhere. I don't know how it works, but you can find it in there. Matt Tucker or anyone involved in the event will help you and direct you to the right person. That is the Matt Tucker. There you have it. Okay, so here's a slide. So yeah, here you go. Here, the proof in the pudding, right? I've been watching this 24-hour live at the Nuremberg ring yesterday, popped up in my feed. I thought, oh, check that out. Look, there's a proper race in the Nuremberg ring. So I've thrown it on. It's GT3. Awesome. Oh, some of the cars, and they've got in-car camera around the track. Amazing. So I'm like, yeah, I know. That's on for 24 hours. Petrol heads, they'll want something to watch before Silverstone starts. So I'll throw up a little, I don't know, I'll throw up a little like slide, bring it to people's attention on YouTube. And so I'm doing it, I'm doing the show, I'm listening to it on the second monitor. I'm like getting right into it, thinking this is going to be a great thing to share. And unfortunately, they've called the race off. So about 11:30 last night, I went to bed at 11 o'clock last night. And got up this morning, and there's nothing happening. And apparently it got stopped at 11:30 due to fog, and it's not resumed. I think they've cancelled the race based on the amount of fog that's on the track. But I tell you what, right? What an amazing piece of commentary streaming. The commentators were excellent. I tell you what, right? If we can get that sort of commentary going for one of our race events, that will be so exciting to watch. So what I want to do is, if I'm not working the race next week with Magnetic Racing, and if I do go to Rockingham, what I might do is I might try and set up a kind of race event scenario, but it will take a lot of work in a short amount of time. And I would need some help from the team, from the entrants who are entering. So if you're watching this, any of the entrants, and I'll get this off the ground, I'm going to be coming after you for some information, and you're pretty good at getting it back to me. So hold that thought, because what I'm going to need is crib sheets. I'm going to need to know data, facts. I'm going to need different bits of information. So as we're commentating the race and we're looking at different cars, we can bring you facts and stats, and just make it a little bit more fluid, a little bit more exciting on the day for people tuning and watching back on the event. It can actually sound like a proper race. I'm really excited to get that going. I've been trying to do it since probably the Rock Ball race a couple of years ago at Rockingham, and I've had multiple events. I mean, people like Rahul are helping with the camera. I've kind of got an idea about it now, so maybe a 3 or 4 camera setup and the crib sheets, and a number 2. So John Sodden, if you're watching, or someone else who's a bit leery or a bit lively, is not afraid to make a mistake, I reckon that would be amazing. So Mark's watched the IMSA race from Detroit yesterday. It was insane. So much action on those narrow streets. Yeah, the fingers is agreeing with that. But yeah, I can't remember the last time, you and me both, the fingers, that he sat and watched a motor race. I haven't. I might have it on in the background. I've always got something to do. I have a zest for life, and sitting around for me is like wasted time, even though I know it's productive, relaxing and chilling and recharging the batteries time. For me, I get ants in my pants. I need to roll, you know. Oh, I love it. His body shame in the building. Come on, Harry. It's a little extra padding on that one. Talking about buildings, though. Talking about buildings, just before we go into track focus. So track focus is next. Track focus is in a couple of minutes. If you want to take a toilet break, now's your time. I'm fine with a toilet break at the moment because I actually woke up at 7:10. This is how I look after getting up, panicking, getting ready, and getting in here. Brilliant. But talking about buildings, I am on fire at the moment. I've got fire in my belly, right? So I did a deal with Ian on some track. I sold some track, got that down to the track builders, brilliant. And I've also got him his merch t-shirt. So my credit account with Magnetic Racing at the moment is healthy. So I've just worked out, I should put this into my savings fund, but come on, I need to get this track done. And everyone's like, wants to see the next stage. So I've been like, got my tape measure out. I've been down there. I've been measuring these bits like this, and I've been considering certain things. And I'm just going to bite the bullet, and I'm going to go for my plan. I don't know if it's going to look good or not, but if it don't look good, I can sell the buildings, right? So pre-built, painted, lovely track van. To put a track van sticker on there, sign underneath it. Yeah, so I'm just working out for this section what buildings I need. I want to get everything in there, the detailing, like portaloos, TARDISes, little dustbins, cones, whatever I can think of. I want to get it all in one hit so that I can do like a progressive video over time about how that section come together amongst other projects. It's going to be good. So I've got now, I'm not going to spoil it. I'm not going to spoil it, but I'm excited anyway. So I'll be throwing that over to Ian later and Doug. I said, don't pay me any money. Let's come to an arrangement on some scenery. I think this is the way forward. You know, we can do a deal on scenery, you know, and it suits us both. Awesome. And, you know, if you just tuned in and you're, oh, Gaz is here. Morning, Gaz. You all right, mate? How you doing? He just snicked in under the radar. Who's a spammer? Yeah, mate, I've got the alphabet. I have, honestly. My I gotta be careful what I say here because it's a very sensitive world these days. But yeah, I didn't go for a test. My God, they'll be like, "You're the alphabet soup, you are." Yes. So track focus, we're getting to that in a moment, my man. We're just saying hello to Gaz, who's just turned up. I love it. Okay. Track focus. And you know, it's such a good, like, this is what I'm talking about. The race coverage yesterday was so good. I think they've done a really good job on where they've got the cameras, and the guys that are doing it, they know their stuff. So it was really fluid. And this was one image of one of the camera sections that they had. And I just thought this is really good because I've seen people doing this with some slot car tracks in the last week or two. It looks just like this. And yeah, really good. Really good. Looks like a lot of fun. If you want to see an evolution of track, just while we're on the matter, Shane at Hughes Garage on YouTube, has just put out his video on his latest video based on how his track is going to look as he now develops and populates it. Shane is on fire because he can like literally do sections of track in days and then put out a proper video on it. Takes me months. But there you go. You know, it's just he's got more time because he's semi-retired and I hate you, but no, I'm proud for you. But no, I hate you, but no, I'm proud for you about the semi-retired business that is. So track focuses here. We've got some interesting tracks to see this week. We've got some small tracks, big tracks, and unusual tracks. There you go. What are we leading in with first then? I have no idea, but we'll just have a look anyway. Badoosh, it's Dale Leach, everyone. So Dale's gone for, he's got a compact track. As you can see, Scalextric Digital is the key, and he's got borders all the way around it, which I thought was fascinating because a lot of people don't do that. They do borders in the corners and tend to just leave it there. The thing with borders on your Scalextric track is they're quite hard. They're quite hard to form, to bend, to form and keep straight because they have support structure plastic on the underside that circuits the perimeter of the structure, so it gives it more rigidity. However, it's not impossible. You can tune into Boone's Garage, great guy. He does mammoth live streams on getting scenery built, and he does a lot of forming tracks, Scalextric tracks, so that's pretty good. Yeah, look at them borders. Where did he find them? Oh, actually, if anyone needs some of those sort of sandy cream color borders, I've got a box full of them. So let me know what you're in the market for, because I might, I'll do you a good deal on them. I will sell them to you. Cheers, Daz. He's on the monitor, like monitoring. That is good. So this was a neat compact track. I love the way he's got a double track in the center, sort of with the flyover going, and then the flyover comes underneath another flyover. If I didn't know better, I'd have said he lived in Birmingham and this was Spaghetti Junction. But what do I know? Who knows? Or Calthorpe Interchange, as it is now, down the bottom of the M6. Lovely bit of civil engineering, that is, I'll tell you. That is excellent, Dick. Excellent bit of joke between. So Dave here, Slotar, said he can't get past the hearing aid page, which, if you know Dave Slotar, that is a very controversial joke for him. And then so Dick's like, "What, Dave?" As in he can't hear. Brilliant. And he gets a thumbs up. Love it. Thumbs up man is in the background going, "Double thumbs up, Slotar. That was killer." 2 goats and a chicken for the border. I'm not sure, mate. To be fair, I might need your 1998 Phoenix Festival wristband memorabilia as well. Can you? No, John. No, clearly not. You've picked up on something that a couple of people give me stick over. So I'm laughing. That's why I put your comment on the screen, just to give myself so much banter. Here you go. So borders are easy and cheap to pick up in the UK. He's got them across all his layout, but the sandy color is not that great. He sprayed them to match the track. Yes. Who has been spraying the track recently? Dave Volk over in Australia had a question out. Should he spray his new track or shouldn't he? Yes, you should, Dave, because you've got the skills to do it. Oh, Del is here. Morning, Del. How you doing? Coming up from sunny London. How you doing, my man? Good to hear your company. I haven't heard from you in a while. But lovely to see it. And the other thing I liked about, there you go, there's an overview of Dale's track. So you can see it a little bit more, the other side of it. I really, really think it's a great use of space. Just a really good track. Well thought out, Dale. Well thought out indeed. Now, you know what you're missing on here, Dale. You know what the next phase is? Some track lighting. the things you could do with the on the underpasses of all of this track, because you've got a bit of track going on, you can get some really good lighting schemes going on through here. Really good. Hold on a second. Shoulders and borders. Oh, okay. Right. So, yes. So Travis has just been given a lifeline because it's shoulders and borders, and Scaly Boys have borders and barriers, everyone. Who knew? Slot R knew, and John D. Well done, guys. Thanks for that. That's actually quite a good bit of trivia. So if I'm down the pub quiz, woe betide. Imagine that, right? Imagine being down the boozer and doing a pub quiz, and someone pulls out a Scalextric or a Polycar or a Carrera or a whatever country track you grew up in. So here it's Scalextric, and you pull up a Scalextric question, and then you nail it. So like in 30 seconds, you know what would happen on that, right? You go, that's your answer. You get someone would try in the team, in your pub quiz, to try and tell you it wasn't that answer. And you'd be like, look, that's your answer. All right. I know what I'm talking about. That it's borders and shoulders. What did he say it was? It's shoulders and borders and barriers. It's a barrier, mate. It's not a border. It's a barrier. And they'll be like, no, it's a border. And you'll be like, listen, I know it's called a barrier, right? I've got a TV show on it. So that could get emotion, especially if it was your missus trying to convince you otherwise. Although, to be fair, she could probably do this a lot better than me. Brilliant. She definitely wouldn't get ripped off on eBay, that's for sure. I haven't told her about that yet. And I'm definitely not telling her that I haven't acted on it, because she would be like, right, let me get the axe. Come on, we'll throw some axes at them. And there you go. Anyway, Dale Leach, what a track. Yes. Leader opening the show, track review, track focus section. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Brilliant idea. I loved it. It's one of my personal favorites already of the year, this. Right, next, Gary Coriat. Now, I'm going to be honest with you. He's got a bit of a mixture going on this track. It's a bit of a well-loved track, as we say, which is what you call a used track. It's not massive. So the last track, compact. This track, small. And I do like to, it's not, like I've said, I've been track focused before. It's not all about having a degree in structural and civil engineering and, understanding how to get 14 layers on a spiral track. Sometimes it's about showing you how fun works, because fun comes in all shapes and sizes, according to Rob Sale. He told me. He was the friend that I asked, obviously. And the reason that I'm showing you guys track is he's got a lovely little setup. He's spent some time on it because he's got light inside the buildings. Yeah, it's old school, Paul, and very, very well done indeed. Ian, good morning from North Wales. Are you Abergavenny today? Are you in the slot rally, the UK slot rally, GB slot rally? There you go. Oh, good Lord. Carrera shoulders, right? Daylight robbery, as Bo says. But that's good because Danny Wiley has 3D printed them. That's Dick's Garage. Is that right? Dick's Garage. Dick's Slot Car Garage. American guy, Danny. Big Dan. Dan the man. Lovely. I haven't heard from him in a while. I think when the Slot Avengers dissolved down in December last year for new projects and new ventures, I kind of lost touch with him a little bit because we're on different time frames. And he's a busy guy. He's got a massive family that he's involved with. So fair play if he's still striding forward on his 3D printing and must catch up. Thanks for the reminder there, Slotar. Lovely. The reason I get back on point, Pete, the reason that I'm sharing Guy's track is this. Look at this. This is Space Management 10100 million. Lovely bit of detailing on your how you've got the angle on that one, and it's a tight R1 to the left at the bottom of the screen as well. Really good indeed. So this is the sort of thing that, you know, Lee's Slot Cars YouTube channel will be looking at. Slot Car 2021 in the chat. Paul, hey Paul, are you back from camping yet, Paul? Or caravanning, sorry. This is the sort of thing these guys, not because they're like just like small things, but they've got small spaces and are avid slot car racers. So it's about racing. It doesn't matter if you have a big track or small track. When you get the bug of driving and competing against yourself or your pals, takes over. It's not even about the activity, it's about the time shared doing something with someone, taking your mind off things. I can't, you know, look, let's face it, right? Hang on, where's my I'm gonna put myself on the screen for this. Let's face it, 50% of this whole room right now will not go and talk to someone, therapist, counselor, whatever you call them, wherever you are in the world, because we're too proud. So doing slot car stuff is that release to get things off your mind, off your back, out of your head. That's what they say. So, you know, doesn't matter how big it is, if it works, you can use it. There you go. Right, Martin, it's not often I put a floor track on. Well, it is often because it's all about tracks. We've got some big tracks coming in a minute, so stay tuned. But the reason I've shared Martin's track here is because he's figured out now what his permanent layout will be. So this is exciting because this is the start of the journey. What it says is he's picked his track, he's going Scalextric, he's picked his shape, his format. So he's got something that he feels comfortable handling and driving for the, you know, for the foreseeable. It looks great. It really does look good, Martin. Well done on this. You've got technical sections, you've got breakout speed sections on that back straight out of the kind of twisty bit. You've got pit lanes. You've just got to get two pieces of track to finish it, I see. But this is his layout now moving forward. So I'm going to try and keep a tune on updates from Martin. If anyone knows Martin, if he can get me in touch with him, that would be amazing. I'd love a chat with him to be involved in the journey of this. Want to try and get this year, the next year. Like myself, I'm at the start of my polycar track. So I've got the inserts now, so it's all flush. Lovely to see Shane talking about that on his video as well. So he'd gone down a schoolboy error of sticking everything to his table, the last track. This one is making the inserts, he's building those sceneries so he can just take it out, put something new in, or maintain the ceiling. Well done, Shane. If you can share with everyone how you do that, I've done mine, you do yours. It's like reminding people how it's done. It's great stuff. That would be awesome. So Martin, I'd love to follow you and document you on growing and building this track. That would be awesome. Okay. Yeah, so sometimes, Harry, you have WhatsApp groups that are going on. Some race clubs have them. Rockingham Slot Car Group, Wolverhampton Slot Car Group. There's, as you know, the Inner Circle of Trust group. I've just asked my members if they feel strongly about something and they need to swear in the group. Don't swear in the chat. So you might have sometimes some reference that you don't get. It's either a long running joke from there or someone has just blown a gasket over something and literally releasing what they want to do in there, not in here, so that they can get it off their chest. I'm big, you know, like I've just said about when we were looking at Guy's track, is it's not about how big it is, it's about just having time to break out and switch off about the regular. Oh, Shamrock Speedway. Hello, Alan K. So anyway, enough of that bleat and more of this bleat. So Shamrock Speedway, yes. Now, a lot of people take pictures in portrait mode. You know, they hold your phone up the way you would talk on it, take the picture. boosh, it's great, but it gives me so much spare space on a slide. Do us a solid, turn your phone landscape and take the picture. It's amazing difference. Amazing difference. Yeah, so we're on Shamrock Speedway here, Alan Kay. I'm not sure where he is in the world, to be honest with you, but he's rocking the Carrera track here. And it's nice to see. We've had a Carrera track, we've had a Scalextric track. What was the first track? That was Scalextric, yeah. So 2 Scalies, 1 Carrera. This is good, because it shows there's choice out there and we are not the same creature. If everyone was the same, we'd all be driving Fiat 500s. God forbid. So we're not. So we can get ourselves a Mustang. Yeah, this is USA. Thank you, Tara. Oh, okay. So Alan is not afraid to push the envelope when he's doing dioramas. He likes to have fun with it, as I say, as Tara says. She has fun with her dioramas, and we love her for it. And yeah, I would. He's got a lot of figures. You know what, right? I tell you what. I get it now. I get why people buy painting figures. Let me just grab what I'm working on here. We can share this with you. Okay. So Alan's into figures, right? Here we go. Let's have a quick figure watch while we're on it. Just stretch this show out a little bit. Hey, there you go. So we've got these two. Need to do some hair on those ones. Got these two. Need to do some hair on those ones. Got these two. Need to do. He's actually bald, this guy. So I just need to do a face. And we've got the big fella. And then on the back of this one, oh, look at that. TFTV detailing. Nowhere near as good as Tara at all. But I'm having a go. And to be honest with you, you know, I totally get the whole just go and buy figures from Tara. And other, you know, Tara would be happy with this. Other track figure providers that do exist. You can spot them in a heartbeat on Face8, Facebook. So go over there. And, oh, right. Okay. So this track that we're looking at here is Tara actually knows Alan. She met him in a figure painting group. Oh, I didn't think about that. See, because I'm learning about Facebook in the last week to 2 weeks. I've been learning about Facebook, and learning about Facebook is just going on it for half an hour a day, just to see what's happening. But it's very difficult to get anything done because I keep getting like watching, like, seeing everything, reading everything. I'm not actually learning how it works. I think that's the whole point of it. It sucks you in. It's really bad. So I'm very disciplined. I set an alarm on my watch and then I finish Facebook as soon as that goes off, regardless if I'm in the middle of reading something or watching something. Yeah, share that group, Tara. I like this. I'm going down that amazing track. Well done. Right then. Okay, so now here we go. It's a double slider, this one. So this is the first of 2 slides. Now, I took a picture of this for a totally different reason from what you're expecting. So here is, he's built a, he's built a track, built a new table, built a track. Utter genius. Watch this. So that's his wood routed track. It looks really cool. Figure of 8 race speedway. Nice, Joe. Nice. And he's built this table, very heavy duty table to put that wood routed track on it. Dick said that he'd built a track like that. Yeah, absolutely. Okay, apparently if anyone's having an issue with YouTube, You're not being a tube. There is an issue with YouTube. Hopefully it won't spill over into here. We've got good stream, but you never know. So keep us posted, Bo. Apparently a couple of guys out there are getting a bit of issues. He was in a figure painting group, but I left after 6 and 7 before they ate. Oh, Harry. Is it late, you mean? Oh, a table. Sorry, Dick. You built a table like this. For some of the engineering minded or joiners out there, you'll get this. You'll understand why I like this table. This table is mega. Check this out, right? I didn't see this coming. Incidentally, I did not see this coming. But it's just come at the right time because it's given me the mother of all ideas. Yeah. Yeah, look at that, right? You know, if you've ever tried to turn a table over onto its side, a big table, it's a little bit touch and go when you get to about this position because it either falls at full pelt or you've got hold of it. This thing, he's built it so you can just literally roll it over. You roll it over, like roll it. And it's so easy to stand up against the wall like this. Oh, it's so good. Joe Slotcar, I mean, listen, if you've all seen this sort of thing before, right, fair play to you. But this is like, this is reinventing the wheel for me. Because this means now I can technically have like 4 decent tracks in my garage. 4 of them. No, 5. 6. If I hang 2 off of the roof, like Ted, Slot Car Daddy does. If you know what I mean, get over to Slot Car Daddy's page, videos. He did a video a little while ago where he shows you how he gets out his slot car track each time he wants to use it. Basically, spoiler alert, he's got 4 chains on each corner and he winches it up to the ceiling on a electric hoist and it goes up to the ceiling. Amazing. So this is so good. I'm gonna do this 150 million %, because I just don't. Daz, it's almost like you're reading my mind. Almost like you're reading my mind, mate. In fact, are you here? Get out of my head. It's so good. Because now I've got a new lease of life of how I'm going to fit everything in. To be honest with you, the HO track, I'm thinking of winching from the ceiling. But I don't know. All I know, Daz, right? Come on. I can never reach stuff when I want it. I hate being small. All right. Oh my God. All I know, Daz, is that I'm ready to go with my HO cars when it comes round. Yes, so well done, Joe Slotcar. He's given everyone in here a great idea who didn't know about this idea. He doesn't know it. Interesting. Hold on a second. That is a very interesting comment. Cribbit, I'm reading your comment here, mate, just in case you turned your head away. Your chat dies after each advert break. Is that right? Does anyone else here, Slot Car 2021, Paul, do you have that as well? Do you have an issue where the chat history disappears after each advert is shown? I'm asking Paul at Slot Car 2021 because I know we had a chat in the week about YouTube Premium, so I know that he's not on Premium. And oh dear, that's not very clever, is it? So you're missing a lot of the chat that is going on between adverts. The advert breaks are 18 minutes long. They come on every 18 minutes from the point that you started watching the show. So it's something we covered previously last October, November, when YouTube changed the guidelines on advertising to make it more inclusive and more diverse and more all of that jazz that we're supposed to bend over backwards to, you know, the 99% of us have got to appease the 1%. That's what's happening here. Anyway, by the by, back on point. Got a show to get on with. That is interesting. So hang on a second. We've got John D here. So I'm not alone. Another ad just now to annoy me again. Did not freeze this time. YouTube must be listening. Yeah, they're every 18 minutes. Because and I set them to that. Yo, I've told you before, I'm totally honest and open with this. Is if I don't set you some adverts up to watch, guess what? Guess who does? YouTube. And then YouTube will set you adverts based on the frequency of what they deem you should be advertised at. So I've slowed them down from being 6 minutes aggressive advertising, which they've got the option to do, to 18 minutes. So I figured it out. I thought, well, look, you know, if we watch telly, there's normally an ad break every 15 minutes on, you know, so I'll stretch it out longer than that. So you only get a couple of ad breaks per session rather than 3. So anyway, that's what's happening there. I'll look into that because John D says that he had an issue with the chat resetting after ads. Wow, I didn't know that. Sorry, I just went into almost like sort of a normal conversational pitch then while I'm trying to figure out the rights and wrongs of that. So yeah, John, thank you. Joe, even thank you very much for that. Check it out. One for the Aussie boys. Fist pumps. Now, I know you've probably seen this on social media and a little bit like the news channels. So some people have issue with the news channels because they say all the news channels do is go on social media and then show us it again. Well, no, if you're active on social media, absolutely, you're getting the info as soon as it comes out. Total 100%. The issue about that is that I don't go on social media all the time. I don't. So I kind of rely on the people like, you know, Travis and Dave to go on there, round it all up, cut it all into a bite-sized 10 minutes and deliver it to me twice a week or once a week. So yeah, so if you've seen this before, I apologize, but I don't apologize because there's people in here that do literally cherry pick what they want to do and watch on social media. Thank you very much, by the way. So if you haven't seen this, I really enjoyed this. I like this track a lot. Oh, okay. So Daz is talking about the comments here. We'll just talk about this. So your tablet, you watch on the tablet and comment on your phone. Good strategy. The ads appear on your phone, but not my tablet. This is completely and utterly bizarre. Yeah, Dick, I heard that this was the one that they're going to drop off to you in the next fortnight. Dick bought this. Don't be, you know, under any illusion. Dick, this is going to be Dick's train. Dick's track. Yeah, Harry, totally cool track. And Cribbit's on the lighting. Stash is here. How you doing, Stash? Nice one. Oh, to have space for that big layout. Yes. Very nice layout indeed. I wonder what size that actually is. That would be good. Here we go. Bo, ich war Justin in Baden-Württemberg. Well, a lot of rain here, but not here in Austria. Okay. That is it. We're truly global. Oh, I tell you what, right? This chap Motors, as you know, I was watching that 24-hour Nürburgring race yesterday. There were 24,000 people watching the stream. I've never seen a chat box go like it was. It was literally like rolling round the clock. It was so funny. I do much the same. Mark, he watches on TV, then the iPad, and that's come up on the iPad, not the TV. Very interesting. We've got a little link going on here, so hopefully that's a clean link spanners. If you could check that out for me, please. Make sure there's no, I don't know, untoward links in the chat. We've got Albert in the room. Thank you very much, guys. Yeah, so this was, I think, this was the big hitter for the show. Just stunning backdrops. Beautiful track. Okay, right, other stuff. Yeah. So probably your 10 minute heads up for the end of the show. So we're looking at just over an hour and a half today. That's not bad. Last week I was trying to get off the show with like 2 hours and 10 minutes in. I think what the difference was I didn't spend half the year reading out who turned up from the start of them turning up. That's made the difference. Now we've got a show with content rather than a show with just reading out who turned up in the comments, which is good. It's just not my style. I want to talk about some stuff, you know. Hey, the boys, my bruvs, they've been onto it again. Wow, what can you say? And I've got to say, I think that this week at some point, we're not going to pressure him to get it done today because Sue's got a list for him. Oh, I've said too much about who it might be. But yeah, we're getting a video on this already. Mag Racing have sent this 1 in 64th scale, HO scale, everyone, over to their HO scale influencer to build and bring us a video to show us what it looks like from a different perspective. Mag Racing showed us their video on it last week, which was awesome, and also on some other scenery pieces they've built. So if you want to see what else they've got in addition to this 1 in 64 scale HO 4-head track floodlight, then do whip over to Magnetic Racing. Think Scalextric and Magnetic Racing's YouTube channel, because they've done a two-way chat on there. And if you want to see what Ian looks like in a boob tube, then you're going to see it on there. That was hilarious, Ian. I love that. You could see everything. And that's taken me about 500 quid and 20 hours of therapy to get that out of my head this week. But if you want to see Ian in a new light, or a new light on Ian, let's say, then go and watch his video. Absolute genius, everyone. Oh, oh, that's going to scar some people. Ian in a boob tube. Exactly right. I'm going to make a merchandise boob tube with Mag Racing over the front of it and send it to him. But he's the kind of guy who would wear it. He'd like be modeling that. He would get out of his mankini to try that one on for us, I bet. Anyway, yeah, that's Stash says that sounds frightening. Scan your wheel nuts. It's not that cold out there on the trackside. T-shirt gate is exactly what it would be. I think oh, behave. Oh, contradict. I think we'd have a stampede for people hitting the basket because they want it. I'll do it limited edition, 20 copies of the Ian Weir boob tube Magnetic Racing brand. It would take off, and along with the hot pants, the pink hot pants. What, a bit like the guy who was on Little Britain. What's the guy who does The Only Guy in the Village? He has the outfit on and he has the silver hot pants. You can imagine Ian wearing pink versions of those. Hilarious. Tara, put that into your head. The pink hot pants and a Mag Racing boob tube on Ian. Oh, someone do me. Where's wasp slots? Someone get wasp slots on the phone. We need 3D printed figures of this. Oh, that is hilarious. Oh, that is so good. So anyway, now that we've got that firmly in our heads, try and put this in your heads over that. Good luck with that one. But 1 in 64 scale HO track floodlights now available at Magnetic Racing, the only place to go. And if you're in America, definitely have a chat with Electric Dreams, because they're a distributor of this stuff, a fine distributor. Other distributors do exist, like 1 in 32 scale cars. Alan over there is a lovely fella. So just want to give him a shout out. Between these two, Electric Dreams, 1 in 32 scale cars, they've pretty much got the they got the place covered. So That's where you can find this if you didn't want to pay the importing fees from buying it off their website direct. You can get it from Electric Dreams. I'm not sure if they're doing business with 1 in 32 scale cars yet, but 1 in 32 scale cars is another distributor, and I've got to give balance to the show, just to show that we are, we do like equality here in terms of sharing out names. Is the equality we're talking about. Is this drag racing highlight? No, this is not. Don't let Ian know about this. What, the fact that we're going to stitch him up and get him a costume for the next show? Oh my good lord. So we've got we're going to do some crowdfunding, right, to get Ian a costume. And the thing is, I know Ian will wear it as well. That's what I like about him. Crowdfunding at the winter slot car market. We've got to all get Ian a costume. So we need to get it designed of what we're going to make him wear. We're getting a costume to wear at the festival. Now, the thing is, if it is like hot pants and a boob tube, he's going to need to shave, isn't he? So we can't have hairy legs on the Ian whilst wearing his track lady gear. So we'll elaborate on that over the next few weeks on what we can get him to, what we can, encourage him to wear for the greater good. Great little race meets going on in 3 weeks or so, 3 or 4 weeks over at Rockingham. Is the American Pie. So if you're into American style racing, whether you're building custom slot cars or racing them, doesn't matter, this is where you're going to get your fix, because it's just such a good place to see some American muscle. And you get to race. They're doing American saloon cars, they're doing an Indy cars, they're doing Can-Am and USRC cars, styly. So if you're into the red, white and blue, the stars and stripes, if you want to get a hot dog and talk loud, that's your place to do it. So guess what? I'm going to be like a fish in water over there, aren't I? Now, I've covered this event a couple of years. I didn't do it last year, unfortunately, but I did the prior 2 years to it, and it's just, I like it. Again, for me, it's the people that make it. I get to see everyone and have a chat. Slot cars are there. I can see the concourse of everyone's efforts. I can share the chassis and how they've designed them, because I know some people like to see that. So that is going to be good. Slot Boys SA is off, my man. Good. Have a good day, buddy. And we'll speak to you later. Yes, support BB33 later. Got a 10-gallon hat. And yes, Stash, the flag is not upside down. All right. Well, yeah. Interesting. Don't get Dave, the Dark Lord Slot started on flag loonies. He will be having you. Talking about having you, while I've got your attention, here's a great bunch of guys who have really done well for themselves. They've put in the effort. They've done the hard yards, the hard miles on the road around the country, doing the swap meets, doing the festivals, doing the gigs, showing initiative. They turn up at Goodwood Revival. They go where the cars are at, and they've done well, and I'm proud of them. They're bringing it to the hobby actively, and without fail, they are just killing it. Nice. So Weevils are doing a grand opening. I believe they've got a new building. I'd love for Weevils to get on the email, maybe give me some information about what it is, what they plan to do, so I can get a bit more of an elaborate opening brief to you from them. That would be good fun. Lovely guys. Always have a chat with me when I'm at the shows. I've got no issue in helping spreading the word that they've got a new building and a new base. If you wanna put in some merch while you're down there, we could have a chat about that. Awesome. Okay, so yes, Scalextric releases. So we'll talk about forthcoming in a minute. I haven't had any word on the Golf GTI yet that is disappeared off of their pre-order list. In 2 weeks tomorrow. Yes, 2 weeks tomorrow. I was just checking the calendar. I'm actually heading over to Silverstone to be a part of the finals for the schools, Scalextric for schools event. So Simon Owen, head of brand at Scalextric, is going down there. I'm going down there. There's a load of people going down there to support the finals. I'm going to bring you a video on it because I think it's important that we see what's happening and how we can get other schools involved in this. This is right up my street, as they say. So I'll ask Simon about what the SP on the Golf GTI is for that while I've got him. My next cars in the kitchen is going to be the Jag. So I've just got to put it all together, edit it. But I'm currently in the middle of editing the encore video, the part 2 for the UKSF by popular demand. And this week has been tricky for spare time because on Monday was bank holiday, as we know. Tuesday, I was doing the slides for Shenanigans in the evening. Wednesday, I was doing Shenanigans. I was doing weekly membership show. Friday, I was doing Shenanigans. Last Friday night, I was hybriding, doing the show and starting a commission for Stuart, doing his BMW SRC BMW 2.8. Yesterday was spent doing slides, doing domestic bliss, shopping, dog walking, running around, fixing things, and then some more on the commission and painting the figures. So today is a nice bit of respite. So I'm going to be doing a bit, piecing together this Jag video. I've got it there. I just need to piece it together, add some stuff and make it look interesting and launch it. So I'll launch that early this week or this week. And then from there, so that'll be the cars in the kitchen. I've got to add that encore video to this. So I'm going to do that next. Then the Polycar, then the Rockingham. Probably be a little unboxing car video in there somewhere. Cars in the kitchen, sorry. And all the time around that I can't get internet, I'm going to be reading the Slot Car magazine because it is banging. Do you know, right? You can win slot cars in this. They do competitions. The current competition is an SRC Lancia Delta. And you can win it. You can actually win it. Like, I phoned them, I emailed them for a comment a week or so ago, a couple of weeks ago, based on the competition for February and March. And they said, they're the winner. They've sent it out. So you can win. You can literally win a free slot car. And that's only available in Slot Car magazine. I've got to say, not that they're friends or anything, but this really is the finest slot car magazine in the world, because lovely paper, cutting edge stuff. They've got hot links into all the manufacturers, all the influencers, all the top scratch builders, all the finest racers. They literally have their fingers on the pulse at this place. So I highly recommend it. Hang on a second. He's going to work. That might be me. So there you go. Right, I will remove this from the slideshow now because we got to talk about next week. We have to talk about next week. Right, next week, touch and go whether there's going to be a show. What do you speak of, Peter? Exactly. I speak of the craziness. So I might have only gone and got myself a Sunday job. It's no secret. I've got to pay down this liquidation bill. That's my key focus for this year. That is what's causing me mayhem, turmoil in my emotional state, but I'm on it. I've actually stepped it up in the last week for sure. Last 2 weeks, I'm on it. I'm driving for this now. However, so it landed in my lap. Long story short, someone was interested in having my track at one of their race events. So I'm like, I'm not wired for this. So I got Doug and Ian involved. Like, just talk to them, do a deal. Just, use me as your lackey. Cut me in, buy some cash. Just, I need to earn, but, do the deal, whatever it takes. So Doug's gone in there, killer shot, done the deal. We're just waiting on that confirmation from the guy. So Doug's going to let me know if he's heard from him by the end of race day today, where he is. And if he hasn't heard from him, I will be in touch with my best mate, who's the guy who is his employee that wants to employ me. And I'll chase him down because, that's going to be, if I do 5 of them, That's a good chunk out of my liquidation fund. Amongst my own efforts, we can get that whittled down pretty quick. Then I get my family paid off, and then I'm out. I'm buying slot cars like at a rate would make Rahul dribble. So yeah, so Doug, just a quick reminder, mate. Go. Sorry, for a second there, Doug. I thought you said I'd actually disappeared off the show for a second. I'm like, what? I'm not on the air. Oh, we got some feedback about the price of the new Golf Mirage from me. So anyway, yeah. So listen, if it is the case, right, that the Sunday slot car sessions can't run next week, I'm going to use that as my quarterly day off. You know, I said I'm going to take a day every 3 months. So I'm going to use that as my day off just so I can make sure I'm doing what I can focus on the task at hand. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to integrate that into the Sunday slot car session. So whether I go there early and go live from the track side, but again, I'm at a mercy of Wi-Fi in the countryside, or whether I, for 1 week a month or something like, whether I temporarily, depends on the frequency of the gigs. That's what I need to find out, how many races they want, whatever, whether it's every weekend, whether it's once a month, whether it's every 2 months. Find out what the frequency is before I send out a nuclear missile into the community to say something like, we might need to rename it to Monday slot car sessions or something. I wouldn't do it on Saturday morning. 2 reasons. There's already a Saturday show, not that that would cause any issues with Pete and Joe. At Saturday morning tunes, Iris Carrera, not that would cause them any issues because we're in different time frames. So whereas I'm in the morning, they're 6 hours behind me. So we've both got morning shows, but different times of the world. So it really works. I wouldn't do a Saturday. Saturday is too early to get up after Rockingham Slot Card Club session when I get to bed at half one in the morning. It's too much. So I'd possibly change it, mix it up to a Monday afternoon. I work from homes on a Monday, so that's handy for me. So I can actually start streaming at 6 p.m. Something like that. That's early enough that we get the young track fans to be able to tune in after they've done their homework, of course. So they finish school at 3:30, 4:15. If they're not in detention or doing an after school club, which I used to call my after school club to get through the house. So, Mum, I'm in an after school club tomorrow. No, I ain't. I'm in detention is what I am. Anyway, man, the amount of after school clubs I used to try out was incredible in school. So I'm just permitting. I'm just running ideas. It's quite good, actually. A bit of a sounding board. Or if somebody does a takeover, that is a good shout. It's getting someone to get up at 7:30 in the morning and be remotely fresh and have some energy in there. Yeah, we'd have to be Dick, Slottar, and Tara. We couldn't trust Dick and Tara to run the show. It would be hilarious. It could, yeah, but you know that would not. It would last 2 sentences because they're like literally like they egg each other on. They're like, go on, yeah, go on, see how far we can push it. Yeah, go on, and then Daz, Rob, Slot be literally like here, you know, like where you sharpen your knife on the stick thing. Like, you'd be doing that with your spanners. We're going to be busy on this shift, guys. Going to be busy on this one. So yeah, so bear with me on that one. I will let you know in good time what's happening next Sunday, show wise, whether it's a postpone, whether it's a different time, whether it's a day off. And I will know that by the end of tomorrow night. That's because that's less than a week to prepare or to know is not good business sense. And quite frankly, you know, Doug, E and I, we are business people outside of slot cars. So, you know, if you haven't got that tenacity, you're not sitting here waiting for an order. We expect it. We've worked hard to get it. Either tell us yes or no, and we'll move on, or we'll come over. Fantastic. Right, guys, let's wrap it up. We have done well today. We got through everything in an amazing amount of time. I don't feel like I'm stretching it out, flogging a dead horse just to stay on air for a couple of hours. I've always said if we've done the show and we've had a good natter, I think that's quids in. Okay, so well, I'll tell you what, why don't we start a new late night chat show called Slot Car Talk, Dave? How about that? That's not a bad thing. Shout out in the comments if you want Dave, Slotar, me to do a really dry slot car talk show. Because there definitely won't be no like zaniness to it. It'll definitely just be slot car talk. So it'd be like, you got this craziness here every Sunday. You've got a sort of halfway house with me and Rahul on slot car shenanigans. And then you would have a dry as pie slot car talk with the one and only Slotar. Anyway, cheers for your company, guys. You've absolutely kicked it out of the park again. I'm going to go away. I'm going to read the comments when they show up in the next 24 hours. When I watch this back and see what happened and read the comments and see what you're chatting about. I miss most of the comments when we're going because I'm chatting, I'm reading, I'm doing a show and picking out a few highlights. So I do enjoy my catch-up read. I do. So I have to wait, though. It takes about 12, 24 hours for it to pop up. But I'll get there. And then I start to make comments. You guys have yourself a great day, a great weekend, and a good week ahead. Thank you ever so much for joining me, track fans. There's only one thing to do, kids. Let's have it. Let's ramp it up. Let's show our parents what we're made of when we say goodbye, track fans.